Hey y'all, welcome to Broken Buddha. I'm Joseph. We are moving on to Life Force Prana. This is going to be for those who are in a five chakra system like me with the Tibetan shamanism and Buddhism, you're going to be working on your chest cavity, upper pleural cavity, or heart chakra. Actually, it's your heart and solar plexus if you're following along because it's all inside that one pleural cavity that we're trying to stretch. Okay, so if you're doing it for Western purposes, just focus on the breathing and the expansion. You really want to focus on when you're breathing up that you're really feeling your rib cage really expand like fully as you're doing this. Um, and so you're going to fill up with white light if you're following the colors along. And everything from here on out is going to be the dark smoke will be billowing out of your nose, but not in your body. All right. So no more top of the head, just out the nose. So you'll breathe in the white light, breathe in one breath more to fill it up, and then you're going to take your arm and stick it out, go up to about here, and then you're going to go here, grab, and throw. And me personally, I like to carry this on from the last one. You're going to imagine you're grabbing that black smoke from the first one, from the upward moving prana, and throw it away. Okay, and you're going to do that 5 times. After you do that 5 times with your rib cage still, oh yeah, you'll go to your left, you know, do your right, then your left. After that, you're going to, with your rib cage still fully expanded, you're going to go push down and up, rotating your shoulder. But don't focus on the shoulder rotation. You need to focus on your expanded rib cage going like this, right? And at the same time, so you'll push your rib cage over in your pleural cavity and then come up here for a really deep shrug, and that'll help work out some of your brachial plexus nerves and stuff. And so you really want to get both. So go down to push your rib cage over here and compress, and then come up to work on those nerves. And you'll do the same thing with the other side. You'll push down to get that rib cage to push over in the pleural cavity, and then come back up to work those nerves. Um, and yeah, and then we'll cover the middle one in between. All right, so let's go ahead and get through it. Here we go. All right, and that's all there is to it. When you go from throwing to rotating, make sure when you put your hands back on your side that your rib cage doesn't naturally close from bringing your arms together. So make sure once you throw this side and you bring it in, make sure your rib cage is still fully expanded, make sure you're still open. And again, focusing on that push against the sides of your pleural cavity. All right. Now, the next one I have is modified, the one I do for like the in between. I like to do multiple versions that I've seen. So for this one, I call this, it's a modification of one I saw from another bumpo, but I call this cleaning the bell, right? So it's going to be the exact same thing, but you're going to send your arm forward instead of to the side, which to my understanding, to the side, you're working more kidney function. When you go forward, you're working more stomach and spleen. So you'll do the exact same thing with the throwing, but this time, when you get to the other part, you're going to put your hands on your waist, and you're going to rotate your rib cage. Both the reason I call it cleaning the bell is imagine your spine. Here's your rib cage. Here's your spine. You're cleaning the upward part of the bell if you can. And if you see me doing it, I'm really imagining there's a bell and there's a stick up in that bell, and I'm really cleaning it. At the same time, use your shoulders to buff the outside of the bell. So you should be cleaning the inside of your rib cage with your spine, or imagine there's a stick there, and then using your shoulders to polish the outside. So you should be having as much shoulder movement and as much lower upper pleural cavity movement as possible. Your upper pleural cavity's lower part should be moving as much as possible, and your arms should be moving back and forth and up and down to polish as much as possible. Let me show you. if you do it right, you should feel clarity like you never felt before in your life force prana exercise. All right. So do it one more time, the original as usual, and we'll move on. All right. And if you're following along, we'll be moving on to fire like prana next. And thanks for stopping by.